might have had a little false surprise when you stepped outside today. There's a chill in the air, and keep your coats handy when it'll feel like the 30s and when rain could move in.
The day after the debate and the overall feeling nationwide
It was embarrassing.
is not great.
This was very upsetting to watch, that this is the best representation for our country right now.
Tonight, potential changes for a Democratic tradition. And a Columbus concert venue celebrates half a century.
What we are at and what you're about to see is the Cocteau Twins.
We'll rock and roll down memory lane. 10 TV News at 5 starts now. Well, we've been teetering between summer and fall in recent weeks, but the winds of change have arrived, and it seems there's a new season in town. Thanks for joining us at 5, everybody. I'm Yolanda Harris. Tracy's off tonight. Now, we're going to get to the debate in just a moment, COVID-19 and more headlines, but we want to start with meteorologist Ross Caruso, who's in for Ashley, and a final farewell to summer. Ross?
Yeah, it seems like, we had a couple cool spells earlier this month, and now we're starting to see some consistent cool air. And it's actually going to stay into the 60s for quite some time, actually the rest of the week. And believe it or not, we're going to get colder as we head into the start of the weekend. But a quick recap on how we got here. Temperatures over last weekend: 81 Friday, 81 Saturday, 77 Sunday, and then 79 on Monday. That was a sneaky warm day for us. And then 62 for us yesterday. Today, our high came in at 65 degrees, still waiting on a couple other locations, and 68 in Dayton. A very dreary scene out there, so not expected to see temperatures climb a whole lot into the day today, but also some breezy winds out there. Now, most of the stronger gusts are north of us, and it happens to be the locations where we're also looking at some widespread rain. Now, the good news is most of this rain is very light. We have some thunderstorm activity up towards Detroit and Michigan. Otherwise, we're just going to continue to see some light rain, mainly along and north of I-70. Not even a whole lot of activity here in Columbus, just a few sprinkles, if that. But you can see off to the north over towards Kenton, Marion, Mansfield. Not quite anything yet in Delaware, but again, you might be dealing with a little bit of some sprinkle action here and there. But there's going to be another chance we'll see some rain as we head into your Thursday. Plus, we got a chilly night ahead. We'll talk more about what's in store for the chilly weekend, too, all coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Ross. Well, it is the debate seen around the world, and probably not in a good way.
Everybody knows he's a liar.
But you
I just want to make sure.
You're the liar.
Well, you know by now, President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden faced off in Cleveland last night. The two often talked over each other. The candidates clashed over health care, the economy, and the vacancy on the Supreme Court. But there were more personal attacks than policy discussions. One key moment was when the moderator asked if the president would condemn white supremacists.
Proud Boys and right
Proud Boys. Stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what, somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left.
Well, members of the far-right group Proud Boys were listening, and they quickly added President Trump's words to their logo. You see it there. But today, the president said this.
I don't know who the Proud Boys are. I mean, you'll have to give me a definition because I really don't know who they are. I can only say they have to stand down, let law enforcement do their work. Law enforcement will do the work more and more. As people see how bad this radical liberal Democrat movement is and how weak, the law enforcement's going to come back stronger and stronger. But again, I don't know who Proud Boys are, but whoever they are, they have to stand down.
Well, the president said today, by every measure, we won the debate. On Twitter, he criticized moderator Chris Wallace, saying the Fox News host had a bad night. Well, Joe Biden called the debate a national embarrassment. He spoke one-on-one today with our sister station in Cleveland. They asked, if you had to rate yourself on the debate, what grade would you give?
I don't grade myself, but I felt very good about my performance and what I did, because what I tried to do, as you noticed, was talk to the American people, look in the camera and tell them what I was going to do. If you notice, the president did everything he could to distract from having to talk about the issues. But the next debate is going to be a town hall type debate, and I'm really looking forward to it because, as I understand it, audience members are going to ask us a question, and we get to answer the question.
The former vice president and his wife, Dr. Jill Biden, traveled by train to towns in eastern Ohio and Pennsylvania. Several political analysts called this the worst presidential debate they'd ever seen. And guess what? There's still 2 more to go. Today, the group that has sponsored the debate since 1988 announced it is considering making some changes. The Commission on Presidential Debates said, quote, last night's debate made clear that additional structure should be added to the format of the remaining debates to ensure a more orderly discussion of the issues. The CPD will be carefully considering the changes that it will adopt and will announce those measures shortly. CBS News reports the new rules will include cutting off a candidate's microphone if they violate the rules. Well, 5 words from the debate are already being printed on clothing.
Why would you answer that
because
question?
the question is, the question is,
Justice,
the
radical
question,
left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your...
Will you shut up, man? 2020 is being printed on these T-shirts being sold by only in C-Bus. The artists say $5 from every tee is going to the Mid-Ohio Food Collective. Well, COVID-19 was another topic at the debate, and the state of Ohio has now seen 5 straight days of cases below 1,000. The Ohio Department of Health released its latest numbers today, and we saw 926 newly confirmed cases, along with 101 new hospitalizations and 21 new deaths. The state's positivity rate now sits at 3%. Now, when we take a look at the state's moving average for cases, we are still seeing a plateau over the past couple of weeks. Some Columbus City school students say they are ready to head back for a blended learning plan, but some of their parents, not so much. They have some reservations about what's best for everyone in the district. And 10 TV's Krista Frost tells us they're not the only ones.
The idea of heading back to school for most Columbus City school teens is pretty exciting.
She's 16. She's looking forward to getting her license. She wants to interact with friends. You know, it's fall. They're thinking about pay rise and all, you know, all this kind of stuff. Haunted houses, they're not really thinking about the COVID monster.
But for mom Cherie Caldwell, the blended learning plan announced Tuesday makes her nervous.
I am. I think the maternal instincts sort of go into hyperdrive because ultimately, you know, as mothers, we want our children to be well.
She is a freshman and a junior at CCS. The junior will be among the first to head back on October 19th because she's enrolled in the Career Technical Center.
I think that they're all relieved to get back to, you know, doing the practical stuff. It's hard to teach hands-on stuff from a distance, I think.
Mom says she thinks the district is preparing the best they can, and she isn't entirely surprised by this.
Our school district superintendent has been pretty transparent just about the plan to sort of watch the curve, if you will.
In Columbus, Krista Frost, 10 TV News.
Shortly after CCS released its decision, the Columbus Education Association released a statement. That statement says the union is disappointed, saying the district released the plan without an agreement from the union. CEA President John Coniglio also expressed concern for PPE in a phone call with Krista this afternoon. A CCS spokesperson tells us CEA leadership learned about the plan yesterday before the announcement. The spokesperson also said the district will provide PPE. All right, let's get to Crime Tracker 10 tonight. More people have been killed this year in the city of Columbus than all of last year. And remember, there are still 3 months left in 2020. And just to make this even more tragic, many of those killed are under the age of 18 with their whole lives ahead of them. Lacey Crisp is digging deeper into this problem and has an update on one of the investigations. Lacey?
Yeah, one of the latest victims is just 15 years old. Now, he was shot and killed in broad daylight yesterday at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, the shooting happened on Heatherton Drive. That's in the northeast part of the city. The shooting happened feet from an elementary school. Witnesses tell us a car pulled up to DeJuan Taylor and someone inside that car shot at him.
DeJuan Taylor was a victim, 15 years old. 15 years old, not even old enough to drive a car yet, will never be able to experience that. And the pain that is left behind that his family will have to suffer through for the rest of their life is immeasurable.
Yeah, so Taylor's homicide was actually one of 2 that happened yesterday. Now, coming up tonight at 6, we'll take a look at how many juveniles are the victims and suspects of these very violent cases. Reporting live, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.
All right, Lacey, thank you. Well, there is certainly a lot to digest from last night's presidential debate. Coming up new at 5:30, we're going to talk live with a political expert about what many considered a disappointing event and potential changes to this Democratic tradition. And next, an arrest after a disturbing attack on police.
Closed captioning on 10 TV is sponsored by the Original Mattress Factory.
We are endlessly committed to our clients. Our dedication can be felt every step of the way to a resolution that can change everything. We are there for every client, every day. Elk & Elk. Serious lawyers for serious injuries.
At Precision, there's nothing we haven't seen. There's nothing we can't fix.
Thank you for calling Precision Doors.
When you call Precision, you're going to get quality service quickly.
Yeah, we can definitely get someone out there today.
And that's why we promise.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Donato's cauliflower crust pizza surprised you with their great taste.
It's unreal.
Well, surprise, there's a new one. Introducing our new cauliflower spinach mozzarella pizza. Try it today or create your own. Donato's, every piece is important.
We've been representing trucking accident victims for over 40 years. You need to hire a firm like Elk & Elk so we can do what needs to be done in order to defend your rights each and every step of the way.
Fall is here, and it's time for a change. Not just outdoors, but inside your home as well. Like an updated bath or shower with Bathfitter's exclusive seamless wall. Installed in as little as a day. Call now and receive 0% interest for 24 months on your tub or shower upgrade. There's no reason to wait. Fall into comfort, fall into convenience, fall into savings with Bathfitter.
Bathfitter, we're the perfect fit.
10 TV News is sponsored by Nature Stone. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone.
Now at 5, one person has been arrested for the ambush shooting of 2 California sheriff's deputies. Earlier this month, someone walked up to a cruiser and opened fire point blank. Investigators now believe that person is 36-year-old Deontay Murray. He's charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. Murray was actually already in custody for carjacking and a shooting. The deputies have both been released from the hospital. A lieutenant colonel, veteran and trailblazer who died from a long battle with cancer was honored today. A long line of vehicles paid tribute to Gilbert Jones. Jones was in the Air Force and later became the first minority to be promoted to a supervisory position. That happened when he became a sergeant at the London post of the Ohio State Highway Patrol.
It was pretty obvious to me that he was an example, not just for me because I was an African-American trooper, but because of the type of man and leader he was.
At the time, in 1997, he retired as one of only 2 African-American officers in the nation holding the rank of lieutenant colonel. He later became the chief deputy for the Franklin County Sheriff's Office and was inducted into the Civil Rights Hall of Fame. Where are the best spots to embrace the season? Coming up new at 5:30, we talk with the State Department of Natural Resources and help you make fall outdoor plans.
Save thousands at RVWholesalers.com today.
Get more enjoyment out of your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, receive up to $6,500 off sunrooms. This offer won't last long. Call today.
We stand for our country.
We stand for the Constitution.
We stand for freedom and individual liberty.
We stand for law and order.
We stand for the Second Amendment.
We stand for the right to life for our children and for our families.
And we stand for Jim Jordan.
We stand for Jim Jordan.
And we stand for Jim Jordan.
Because he stands with us.
Because he stands with us.
We stand with Jim Jordan because he stands with us.
I'm Jim Jordan, and I approve this message.
Our community's been hit hard by the effects of COVID-19. Join United Way of Central Ohio and 10 TV as we rally for recovery this Friday in the 5 and 6 p.m. news to see how you can help. Donations go to the Community Response Fund to support local nonprofits and the people they serve.
Transform your home for the holidays with an authentic Nature Stone basement floor. For a limited time, get more Nature Stone than ever before with up to half your basement floor free. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor.
Wow, it's Nature Stone.
Now here's something we all can agree on. Everybody loves free. So it's free for all at Big Sandy Superstores. Buy any $4.99 queen mattress set, get a free power base upgrade plus 2 free I Love My Pillows. Or upgrade to an ultra premium queen mattress set and get a free power base upgrade. 2 free I Love My Pillows, a free bed in the bag, plus an instant sales tax rebate, free premium delivery, and free financing till 2022 with no money down. This is your free for all at Big Sandy Superstore.
A home away from home. Kind and compassionate service. That's the Laurel way of caring. Whether you need short-term therapy, long-term care, or a safe transition after a hospital stay, our team will help you along the way. At the Laurels, you'll enjoy the highest level of independence and quality of life, feel secure during an uncertain time, conquer your rehabilitation. You've earned the Laurel way of caring. To book a virtual tour at a Laurels facility near you, visit laurelhealth.com.
Get more enjoyment out of your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, receive up to $6,500 off sunrooms. This offer won't last long. Call today.
Patio Enclosures. 10 TV News is sponsored by Aqua Systems, your home water experts.
A Franklin County Sheriff's deputy who was killed in a bad crash last week will be remembered in a funeral later this week. Services will take place this Friday in Sunbury, Ohio for Angela Kane. It'll be held outdoors and will include traditional law enforcement honors. Sheriff Dallas Baldwin says Deputy Kane was a daughter and mother and a fantastic person. As calls for transparency in the Breonna Taylor case grow louder, a judge has ordered the release of audio recordings from the grand jury proceedings. Taylor's death sparked additional protests after the announcement last week that no Louisville police officers would face criminal charges for her shooting death. One officer was charged with wanton endangerment for firing into a neighboring apartment. Our chief investigative reporter Bennett Haberly assisted our sister station in Louisville with reporting on the protests, and he spoke with demonstrators, monitored the curfews, and saw some arrests. He is back in Columbus tonight and joins us with more on these latest developments. Bennett, today's news that the audio recordings of the grand jury proceedings, tell us about that.
Yolanda, there's some 20 hours of audio recordings that are expected to be released on Friday. The Attorney General had asked for additional time, but today a judge said you basically have until Friday to redact any portions that you see fit and make those public. These audio recordings are basically being made public because there have been calls for additional transparency in the Breonna Taylor case. As you mentioned, no Louisville police officers are going to face state criminal charges related to Breonna Taylor's death. There's a lot of emotion involved in this case. Of course, it has sparked protests not only in Louisville but across the country in cities. Kentucky's Attorney General Daniel Cameron has said that the 2 officers who fired that night were justified in returning gunfire because it was alleged that Kenneth Walker, Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, was the first to fire at police. Now, Walker, through his attorney, has said that he didn't know that police were at his home that night. And in fact, 11 other neighbors testified that they didn't hear police identify themselves. Daniel Cameron, though, has said that there was one witness who did say he heard police identify themselves, but according to Kenneth Walker's attorney, that person has gone back and forth on his version of events, initially saying he didn't hear police.
Bennett, this certainly ignited protests in Louisville. How would you compare that to what we saw here in Columbus earlier this summer?
Well, it's probably a little bit difficult to make an apples to apples comparison because, like Minneapolis, Louisville had this direct connection to what has become this national touchstone, this national conversation about racial inequity, about use of force with police departments, about alleged police misconduct and how citizens interact with each other. Obviously, there are some similarities. You know, Columbus had protests. We saw property damage here. We've had conversations about police reform here in Columbus as a result of this. You know, there's people kind of have their own opinions about what was transpired, you know, whether these protests have resulted in too much property damage and whether or not police were too aggressive in some of their response to these protests. Louisville has really run the gamut. They've seen a lot of similar things like that.
All right, it was definitely an intense situation. I know you saw a lot. Bennett Haberly, thank you so much for filling us in on your trip there. Thank you. Well, because of COVID-19, Newport Music Hall is closed, but you know, there's still much to be celebrated on its 50th anniversary. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll take a walk down memory lane at the venue right across from the Ohio State University. And we want to see your photos from shows at Newport Music Hall. Just go to your 10 TV News app and press Near Me. We'd love to share your photos ahead at 6. All right, Ross Caruso joining us now for a look at our weather. And it was a little chilly last night when I left, but today, this weather, you know, it's so weird. Chilly in the morning and in the evening, but it can get really warm in the afternoon.
Yeah, especially if we see a little bit of sunshine, and that's what some of us down to the south have been seeing for the day today. But for others, there is quite the comparison just by traveling up to the north, where you go from some sunshine down to the south to completely gloomy and rainy off the parts of northern Ohio. So you can see clear as day on our temperature map how you could see the variety of the upper 50s, the darker shades of yellow and blue, 58 in Bucyrus compared to 64 here in Columbus, and how about 70 in Chillicothe? And this is all for good reason, considering how we have this weak disturbance, which again, it's not the same system that came through yesterday or even the day before that. This is just a series of weak upper level disturbances that are going to be meandering across parts of the Great Lakes and Canada. That's going to continue to offer cooler conditions, but also some weak rain chances. And while we're not looking at any threat for severe weather, certainly some heavy rain in spots may be possible, but for the most part, what we've been looking at on Doppler 10 radar this evening has been pretty light. Up towards Kenton, Holmes, Marion, Mansfield, Worcester, Wellington, further to the north, up towards the lakeshore. You can see it catching a break up towards Tiffin and Findlay, but this rain is going to gradually kick off to the east and is moving pretty quick, so this won't be lasting all that long into this evening. But I am expecting even a chance for a few showers here in Columbus as we head into the early part of tonight. Here we are at 7 o'clock. Now this model, I think, has this disturbance nudged a little bit further to the south than what we're actually looking at, but still holding a possibility for a few isolated showers as we head into the early part of the night. So if you have any outdoor plans, certainly plan for that. Some light rain will be possible, and most of us at that point will probably have at least a few sprinkles here and there, but then clearing out as we turn to the overnight. We're not going to have to worry about any fog, which is good news, but it will be a chilly start to the day for us with temperatures into the 40s, and then we're going to gradually see yet another weak disturbance coming to town, where we'll then turn partly cloudy going into your Thursday afternoon with more isolated shower potential as we head into the early part of the night, but then clearing back out as we head into your Thursday night, setting up for another chilly start to the day on Friday. And speaking of chilly, 46 degrees for us with a few showers early, but again, that's going to be clearing out as we head into the overnight. And then tomorrow, especially for the kids that need to get a break in between their remote learning, certainly it looks like with tomorrow's forecast it will be cool, kind of similar to today with our highs, but I am expecting again the possibility for a few isolated showers into the afternoon, so make sure they have that light jacket on, especially if they plan on taking a brief break before lunch or so as you head into tomorrow. But then we're cooling down even further, believe it. We can see highs only into the upper 50s for us on Friday, 61 for a high on Saturday, and Saturday morning looks like in the short term will be the coldest morning that we'll have in a while, as we'll see areas of patchy frost and then also some weak rain chances coming our way on Sunday, and then gradually warming up to more seasonable conditions for next Wednesday. Yolanda?
All right, just got to get past that 46 degrees. All right, well, you might like Hershey's, you might like beer. Coming up, the beverage option that combines them both. With cooler temps, get ready to see more creepy crawlies around your house and more this year. But don't bug out just yet. Hi there, I'm Angela Ann. Tomorrow morning, tips on how to stay pest-free at home. We'll see you tomorrow.
Each morning begins with endless opportunity.
And we have never been more grateful,
Thankful.
proud to be a part of yours.
Rise with 10 this morning.
Plumbing problems are stressful and most often emergencies. Clogged drains, sump pump failures, no hot water, no problem. These are the types of plumbing problems Mr. Rooter solves every day. We are here to help, should you need us.
We missed a lot this summer. Between Little League Baseball, county fairs, family vacations. One thing we didn't miss was the heat. Here's something you can't afford to miss. Our free attic offer. When we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free. This offer ends September 30th. So give us a call and stop sweating. Start saving.
USA Insulation.
Jeep Adventure Days are back at Coghlan Chrysler in Marysville. This month only, buy a new 2020 Jeep Renegade for only $21 grand. Or lease a new 2020 Jeep Cherokee Latitude, only $239 a month. Visit us in person or online at Coghlanchrysler.com.
At a mattress store, you can buy this famous name queen-size hybrid mattress set for $4.99 with a regular flat box spring. At Big Sandy Superstore, you can buy any set for $4.99 or more and trade that old boring foundation for a free power base upgrade. Choose your perfect mattress set from America's top 5 brands, plus Nectar and Purple. So skip the mattress store and head straight to Big Sandy Superstore. Get your free power base upgrade today and start living super tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Dr. Trace Curry, Medical Director at Journey Light. Do you have type 2 diabetes? Are you covered by Medicare? You may be eligible for a gastric sleeve, which could put your diabetes into remission. Go to JourneyLight.com now for more information.
For 20 years, Perfect Power Wash has been on a mission to protect your biggest investment. Dirt, mold, and organisms accumulate on your home and lead to costly damage. Perfect Power Wash's safe pressure and biodegradable cleansers remove harmful contaminants and keep your house, concrete, and roof beautiful and protected. Call today to take advantage of Perfect Power Wash's best deal ever and save 20% on your service.
Plumbing problems are stressful and most often emergencies. Clogged drains, sump pump failures, no hot water, no problem. These are the types of plumbing problems Mr. Rooter solves every day. We are here to help, should you need us.
Beat the rush. 10 TV keeps you ahead of the traffic. Get your traffic reports on 10 TV. Sponsored by your Central Ohio Honda dealers. Weekdays on 10 TV.
All right, you like chocolate, you like beer, but do you like them as one? Yuengling and Hershey's are once again joining forces to make their chocolate porter. Sounds good, but for the first time, you can enjoy the beer in bottles from your own home. The two iconic Pennsylvania brands released a draft version of the beer back in 2019. We checked the Yuengling website, and it doesn't appear to be sold in our area just yet. So I don't know. We'll have to order it from somewhere. Ross, what do you think about that? Would you try chocolate beer?
Definitely, if it's Yuengling too. You know, being from Pennsylvania, I'm pretty familiar.
You
so
know
that'd be
all
interesting.
about that.
Yeah, that's true. I know all about the weather as well. Certainly something that probably not have to worry about the rain here in Columbus just yet, but I am expecting a few showers to possibly sneak into the area before we call it a day today. Now, this rain is moving out through parts of the north, catching a break up towards Kenton, but I'm tracking another chance for some showers as we head into your day tomorrow. We'll map that out hour by hour for you, all coming up in just a few minutes.
You're off than you were 4 years ago.
Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy.
That was then. This is now.
That is not my plan.
That's
the Green
well,
New
you want to
Deal
rebuild every
is
building.
not my plan.
I want to rebuild every.
If he knew anything about, if he knew anything.
Oh boy, did you catch any of that? We're going to have political analysis on last night's debate, who Americans think won, and potential changes to the format coming up.
For 30 years, Original Mattress Factory has put our customers first, and it's no different today. Visit originalmattress.com to receive the same quality service you come to expect from us.
Lease a 2020 Jetta S for $129 a month.
No job is too big. No job is too difficult. We never hire subcontractors. Every employee is highly trained and certified. 98% of the time or more, we can fix everything same day.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
The health and well-being of Ohioans is our top priority. That's why we offer high-quality health insurance plans for you and your family, with access to the doctors and hospitals you know and trust, plus dental, vision, and wellness plans to help you achieve and maintain your best health. We give you peace of mind so you can enjoy life's best moments. We are here for you, today and every day. Medical Mutual, the official health insurer of everything you love.
Have you experienced the Superstore? Big Sandy Superstore. One stop, one shop, one delivery, one payment. Everything you need to live super. We're talking living rooms made in America. Top mattress brands including Purple, appliances, big screens, solid wood, Amish furniture, all under one roof. One stop, one shop, one payment, one delivery. Live super. Big Sandy Superstore.
Our community's been hit hard by the effects of COVID-19. Join United Way of Central Ohio and 10 TV as we rally for recovery this Friday in the 5 and 6 p.m. news to see how you can help. Donations go to the Community Response Fund to support local nonprofits and the people they serve.
Do you know a high school athlete that excels at their sport? They are also awesome in the classroom and making an impact in the community. He or she could be our Encova Insurance Athlete of the Week. Submit your nomination to 10tv.com/athlete of the week.
Fall is a season for change, like changing the look and functionality of your kitchen for less with Kitchen Saver. The kitchen of your dreams can be just 3 days away for a fraction of the cost of a full remodel. Call now and receive 0% interest for 24 months on your dream kitchen. Don't wait. Call today. Get your dream kitchen now.
Cabinet renewal from Kitchen Saver. Prepare to be impressed. Prepare to be impressed. Kitchen Saver.
10 TV News is sponsored by Rosati Windows.
I thought the debate last night was great. We've gotten tremendous reviews on it. We're hitting what people want.
The President of the United States conducting himself the way he did, I think was just a national embarrassment.
The clash of candidates, and today there's talk about possibly cutting off microphones at the next presidential debate. Thanks for joining us at 5:30, everybody. I'm Yolanda Harris. Tracy's off tonight. Well, for better or for worse, the debates are just getting started. The vice presidential debate is a week from today, Wednesday, October 7th. Then the second presidential debate is October 15th. The third is October 22nd. But for now, we want to talk about what happened last night. And for that, we turn to Herb Asher, OSU political science professor, and I want to thank you for joining us today. Tell me this, you know, we're watching this. I don't feel that I saw a debate last night. I would describe it as pretty much a hot mess. How would you describe it?
Well, I think you're exactly right, but it was designed to be a debate. The debate commission set it up appropriately. The moderator, Chris Wallace, articulated the rules very clearly that everybody could hear. He had a good set of questions, and the main reason it wasn't a debate is that the president totally disregarded the rules. And one can't ignore that in fact, he was constantly interrupting. I've had people tell me they thought Chris Wallace should have taken charge sooner. I said no, because if a reporter or journalist takes charge too soon, the audience, the people watching at home will say, boy, that person's too pushy or too aggressive. So he waited a while, but it became very clear that he had to take charge. And look, the guy was courageous. He stood up to the president multiple times. You know, the president would keep on talking, and he'd say, Mr. President, Mr. President. And at one point, he reminded the president, your team agreed upon these rules. At another point, he said to the president, well, Mr. President, if you'd like to come down here and ask the questions, I'll go up there and answer them. And so I think you're right. It was not a debate in any sense that you and I might use the word, but it was revealing about character and behavior. And one of the things that surprised me is that at a number of points, Biden remembered to look directly in the camera, looking to the audience, speaking to the audience out there, which of course that is the audience you're talking about. So, and Trump was constantly interrupting, looking down, looking over at Biden, and not in a sense making eye contact with an audience, not present there, but on, watching on TV. So, but I think you're right, Yolanda, that is not a debate.
No, it was not. I didn't learn anything about what their plans were, their policies and things like that. And speaking of Chris Wallace, my goodness, I don't think anyone could have controlled that situation. And you're right. He stood up to the president, more than maybe a lot of other people would have. That could have been very intimidating.
I think you're exactly right, because I remember seeing debates in the past, and not just presidential debates, where one candidate was so obstreperous and so obnoxious, and eventually the moderator gave up. And then things went into total chaos. So I think Chris Wallace did what he could do, and he did it at the right time, and I think he deserves a lot of praise.
I do too.
For surviving the evening.
No, we're hearing a lot in different polls of how Americans feel after watching that, and I am seeing that most are just disappointed. They really can't believe what they saw, and that it turned into that. What do you think as far as Americans' response?
I think you're right. I've seen a number of polls where Americans are saying, this is not a debate, this is not what we expected, it was too difficult to learn anything about the candidates. But I've also seen now 3 polls where the question is asked, who do you think won? And that's ultimately what the candidates care about. And I think the CBS poll showed Biden winning by 8, another poll showed Biden winning by 12, and a CNN poll showed Biden winning by 32. My sense, when you have conflicting polls, take the average of them. And I think, that indicates, Biden won sort of by double digits. Why is that significant? Because Trump was behind in the polls. Right. So this was an opportunity for him to try to reset the campaign. And I think what he did was to reinforce all those impressions and images that people have of him as being a rather boorish, intemperate person at times. Bully's the best. That's a much better word.
He could have handled that a lot different and changed some minds for sure. What do you think?
That's right.
Did last night's debate do anything for undecided voters? Did it help or did it hurt?
It probably, I think, at the margins, helped Biden, if only because it provided, if you were an undecided voter who had some concerns about Trump's behavior and his character, not his issue stances, but his behavior and his character, those concerns were reinforced last night. While Biden, what he demonstrated last night is that he could stand up to Trump. Remember Trump going into the debate the weeks before saying, Joe Biden's weak, Joe Biden's slow, Joe Biden's stupid, and all of that. And I think people saw last night that Joe Biden could hold his own against Donald Trump. That's probably relevant in terms of a related question. Is he strong enough to be president of the United States? And I think that probably was helpful to Biden.
Well, I have one more quick question. You mentioned the polls and people saying who they believe won. Biden was coming out on top there. President Trump says he won on Twitter. I don't think anyone won. What do you think?
Well, again, from the perspective of the candidates, they would say, Biden would say he won. But what you're asking, did the American people win in terms of being exposed to a thoughtful debate that outlined the issues and the issue differences? And I agree with you. No, they didn't get what they should be able to expect out of a debate. And I blame the president largely for that.
Well, we will see what happens next time. So we'll tune in for that and the vice presidential debate next week. So thank you, Herb Asher, OSU political science professor. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Well, so the candidates have spoken. It is almost time to make your pick. Coming up, how to ensure your ballot is cast for campaign 2020. And it's a boy, but this new face at an Ohio zoo still needs a name. Maybe Ross, that's a good name, Ross.
That is a good name, and certainly a very chilly afternoon for us. Temperatures only into the 60s for us today, and even a few showers that are sticking around this evening. But some of us, we're looking at drier and warmer conditions compared to others, but we're all going to be clearing out and cooling down as we turn to the overnight, and we're getting even cooler as we head into the upcoming weekend. Why you might want to cover up those plants before you head into your Friday night as you head into the upcoming weekend. Well, more details on that coming up right after the break.
Come to Menards for everything you need in your bathroom. Check out our great selection of Magic Woods vanities. These vanities are built with superior quality and a unique style to complement your home. Place the finishing touch with a Moen faucet. Moen products are built to last and are resistant to leaks and drips. Right now, all Magic Woods vanities and Moen faucets are 11% off. Finish all your projects at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Are your teeth loose, missing, or in need of major help? Call Dr. John Runyon at Runyon Dental Group and let him help bring back your amazing smile.
The solution that we present is a full arch of teeth supported by 4 to 6 implants. That procedure is done all at once. We're able to complete that in one sitting and leave with a fixated mouth full of teeth.
Call the Runyon Dental Group today and see what advanced dental technology can do for you.
Hurry, guys, the internet's on sale. High-speed internet access from WOW. All the stuff you love and need. Shopping, browsing, streaming for the unbelievably low price of $34.99 per month. But you gotta act fast to get it for a price this low. And while you're at it, double the speed for just $5 more. Super fast Internet 100 with no contracts and safe, simple, contact-free installation. On sale for just $34.99 per month. And for a limited time, double the speed for just $5 more.
This is Angela Pace with the 10TV Community Calendar. Experts will discuss domestic violence at the Columbus Metropolitan Club's Lunchtime Forum. Log on for details.
Sponsored by the Workers' Compensation Lawyers at Elk & Elk. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO.
Have you experienced the Superstore? Big Sandy Superstore. One stop, one shop, one delivery, one payment. Everything you need to live super. We're talking living rooms made in America. Top mattress brands including Purple. Appliances, big screen, solid wood, Amish furniture. All under one roof. One stop, one shop, one payment, one delivery. Live super. Big Sandy Superstore.
The November 3rd election is quickly approaching, and the Ohio Secretary of State is sending an official absentee ballot request to every registered voter. But don't wait. With more Ohioans planning to vote absentee than ever, now is the time to submit your request. Polls will be open on Election Day, but you can use absentee voting as a safe and secure way to avoid Election Day crowds. Make sure you're registered to vote or get registered on or before October 5th at voteohio.gov. Sponsored by the Franklin County Board of Elections.
We missed a lot this summer. Between Little League Baseball, county fairs, family vacations. One thing we didn't miss was the heat. Here's something you can't afford to miss. Our free attic offer. When we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free. This offer ends September 30th. So give us a call and stop sweating, start saving.
USA Insulation.
Well, the candidates spoke, or at least tried to get a full sentence in, and soon you'll have the chance to decide who you want in the White House. But first, you'll have to register, and that deadline is coming up.
There are 3 ways to register: online, in person, and by mail. Whatever way you do it, you will need your Ohio driver's license or another state ID. You'll fill out a form that includes your name, birthday, and the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. You can mail that form or drop it off at several locations, including the Secretary of State's office, your local county board of election, public libraries, or your county treasurer's office. Someone else can drop it off for you, but they must do it within 10 days after you fill it out. If you mail your application, it must be postmarked by October 5th. For the online route, go to ohiosos.gov. What happens after you submit your form? The County Board of Elections has 20 business days to verify your information and mail you a notice letting you know your registration is complete. If you don't hear back, you can check your status online anytime. To get that link sent straight to your phone, text VOTE to 614-460-3345.
And we mentioned that October 5th deadline. Just so you know, that is this coming Monday. Today, of course, is the last day of September. All right, welcoming preemies into the world. Coming up, today's Mommy Moment has heartwarming stories of heroism. And where's the best place to check out fall foliage? We check in with the experts as the season takes hold.
It's simple, right? The things that happen here impact you, hardworking Ohioans. But these days, it seems things aren't always that clear. So 10TV is getting to the heart of the matter, in the heart of Ohio. Because all politics are local. Every week, our political team will keep the conversation going and challenge those in power to face the tough questions, to face you, to face the state. Sundays at 11:30 a.m., only on 10 TV.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Growing up, my family didn't have to worry about being able to afford a good doctor because we lived with one, my dad. He taught me that every family deserves great health care, not just the well-off. That's why I'll fight to safeguard protections for pre-existing conditions, limit out-of-pocket costs, and lower prescription prices. And I'll work with Governor DeWine to beat the virus and get our economy moving again. My name's Elena Shear. I approve this message because no Ohio family should have to go broke for their health care.
Fall is here, and so are fall savings at NGV. Going on now, buy 3, get 1 free. Just pay for standard installation. Plus, use your store credit card and pay no interest for a year on purchases of $6.99 or more at NGV.
I was fatigued, just like every other basketball coach in March, but didn't think about getting sick. I woke up one night with the worst pains and chills I'd ever experienced. I tested positive for coronavirus and immediately self-quarantined. I got worse and worse and checked into the hospital. Multiple times I said, I don't want to die. We know what works. We know how to fight this, but it's going to take all of us doing the right thing every single day.
Great deals on trucks and SUVs during SUV season at CoglinFord.com. Like a new 2020 Ford F-150, buy for only $25,400. Or take $10,500 off MSRP on a new F-150 Crew Cab 4x4. Shop online today at CoglinFord.com.
At a mattress store, you can buy this famous name queen-size hybrid mattress set for $4.99 with a regular flat box spring. At Big Sandy Superstore, you can buy any set for $4.99 or more and trade that old boring foundation for a free power base upgrade. Choose your perfect mattress set from America's top 5 brands, plus Nectar and Purple. So skip the mattress store and head straight to Big Sandy Superstore. Get your free power base upgrade today and start living super tomorrow.
Doing your best work from home is not easy when you don't have the right space. Let California Closets help you get organized and create the perfect space that works for you. Love where you live and work. Schedule your free design consultation today at californiaclosets.com.
10 TV News is sponsored by Big Sandy Superstore. 10 TV's Digital Broadcast Center is sponsored by Lindsay Honda.
Ashley is off tonight, but she left us an inspiring mommy moment this week. September is NICU Awareness Month, so today she's sharing your stories of heroic preemies and the health professionals who care for them.
The photos are heartwarming. Lori shares, my granddaughter was born at 25 weeks and 1 day. She weighed 1 pound, 10 ounces, spent 123 days in the NICU. That was 4 years ago. Today, she is a healthy little girl. Then there were 3. Sarah writes, my triplets were born at 32 weeks and 2 days back in May 2020 due to preterm labor. The staff at Riverside NICU was absolutely amazing and always made us feel comfortable knowing our children were in their care. And here they are now at 4 months old. Amanda shares these photos of her son who weighed 3 pounds and 11 ounces at birth, spent 68 days in the NICU at OSU, and is now a healthy and smart 4-year-old boy. Samantha praises the staff at Nationwide Children's Hospital. Her son was born this past February, weighing 1 pound and 15 ounces, and is now thriving. She says Nationwide Children's Hospital is truly a lifesaver, and I appreciate their neonatologists and nurses. It does take a special person to work in the NICU. No stay in the NICU is ever easy. I was there at the NICU every single day, holding and feeding him. They gave him the best support, and I will be grateful for them the rest of my life. Ann's son Evan was also treated in the NICU at Nationwide Children's for esophageal and tracheal birth defects, and they weren't sure if he would ever be able to eat by mouth, breathe without the trach, walk, or talk. Almost 20 years later, he is a sophomore at OSU and active in ROTC. He runs, eats by mouth, and when prompted, will talk a lot. Ann writes, the NICU nurses at NCH are angels here on earth. They not only cared for Evan, but they cared for us as well. We will always be grateful to them.
That was Ashley Barrissey with her mommy moment, and boy, we love to see the baby pictures around here. Well, we officially move into October tomorrow, which is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. So next week, Ashley wants to celebrate your rainbow babies, the precious miracles who came after experiencing loss. You can connect with Ashley and share your pictures on any of her social media pages. The Cincinnati Zoo says one of its newborns is a baby boy. Take a look. This is an eastern black rhinoceros, and it was born about a month ago. He's doing well, but the little guy is still waiting for a name. The zoo says it'll pick one in a virtual baby shower competition. The winner should be announced tomorrow. And Ross, we said earlier, I think Ross will be a great name. Ross the Rhino.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think something that starts with R, like Rocky. That seems like a pretty good name, too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
That is cute. How old is that rhino again? Just like a couple months?
About a month old.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's humongous. Yeah.
Can't imagine to see what it'll look like
and
in
it's
the
going
next
to get
couple months.
even larger.
Oh, yeah. In due time, in due time. Well, a lot of animals, I'm sure, across your backyard may be hibernating here sooner rather than later with just how chilly it's going to be getting. Temperatures have been into the 40s this morning. We're into the 60s right now. Very gloomy out, but the good news is really haven't seen a whole lot of rain for us today, just more so some sprinkles that have been coming across the area, but not a whole lot of sunshine for us here in Columbus. Further up to the north, not only are you dealing with rain, but you're also looking at some pretty gusty winds. Gusts close to 40 miles an hour out of the west towards Toledo. Luckily, our winds aren't that bad just yet, but I am expecting some pretty breezy conditions to stick around for the remainder of the evening for us up until around 8, 9 o'clock. So with some of the rain and strong winds that we're looking at out of the west, you can see how temperatures are trending much cooler off to the north than what we're looking at here in Columbus. And as you travel further south, only 69 degrees in MacArthur, 70 in Chillicothe compared to 64 in town and 57 up in Bucyrus. And again, with some of that rain that came through, obviously that helped to cool things off. Now starting to push off into parts of western Pennsylvania, even a few thunderstorms off of Lake Erie, but for the most part we're looking at dry conditions here in central Ohio, but starting to clear out towards Mansfield. Still some light rain. Holmes clearing out nicely. Marion perhaps just a few sprinkles, so we're going to continue to see the rain move on its way out of the region, but keep in mind we have this weak upper level disturbance which is just going to continue to send several rounds of some weak rain chances for us as we close out this week. Luckily, it looks like tomorrow might be the last day to where we see some of these afternoon showers, but we will be looking at another chance for rain as we head into the day on Sunday. Now for the remainder of the evening, I'm expecting a few isolated showers to be possible here in Franklin County, but quickly moving out as we turn to the early part of the night, so really not looking for a whole lot of rain potential after 10 p.m. and then actually clearing out nicely as we head into the overnight hours. And winds are going to stay on the breezy side. It's not going to be as strong as what it was through the course of the day today, but I am expecting a decent breeze to help keep some of that fog from forming. And with those winds staying on the breezy side as we head into tomorrow, we'll see a decent amount of sunshine early on, so that'll be good news. But we're only going to see highs climb back into the mid-60s because we're going to see winds again out of the west. Cooler air mass is still present, and we'll see some clouds develop and possibly a few isolated showers yet again as we head into tomorrow evening. I don't think it'll be as widespread in coverage as what we're seeing today for those that are up into the north, but I am expecting a decent shot for a few isolated showers across parts of central Ohio. Tonight, though, as I mentioned, clearing out with a low around 46 degrees. Tomorrow, we're going to only top off into the mid-60s, so kind of a similar feel for today, but we will see more sunshine early on. And talking about some cooler than average weather, that's going to stick around as we head into the weekend, but slowly but surely we'll start to warm back up and we'll look at more average conditions while the heat continues to pick up off to the west. And then eventually it looks like we might be seeing some unseasonably warm conditions coming our way, but really not a whole lot above average. Our high right now that we typically average is about 71. Looks like we'll come close to that next Wednesday, and by that point in time, it looks like we may be around 69, 70, but still some chilly conditions on the way for the upcoming weekend, so make sure you take care of those plants with some patchy frost possible Saturday morning.
All right, bring them in, bring them in. Thanks. Well, within the past hour, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources released their official fall report. Meteorologist Mackenzie Bart spoke with an expert about where to find that perfect fall color.
It sure does feel like fall. And while a few colors have started emerging, we really haven't seen the peak color that we all know. And the forecast is going to have a big impact on whether we'll see that brilliant color we all fall for. The Ohio Department of Natural Resources has boots on the ground to start surveys for peak fall color across the state. Each week, they will issue reports on where to see the change in fall foliage. According to the latest report, you have to head north of the metro area to see some of that fall color. Jamie Regula, a state service forester, says you'll notice the progression from north to south thanks to the weather and elevation.
It can also have to do with when the days start to shorten and the amount of light trees are getting. That is what actually triggers leaf color change.
If you are scavenging for a certain color leaf, not only does Mother Nature need to provide the perfect fall forecast with cool nights and warm days, but you'll need to dig into the tree's genetics.
Black locust, black walnut, they typically present the yellow colors versus, a red maple or a oak would be more of the red.
We still have about a month until we start to see some of that official brilliant color that we all love. We'll start to see it in the Columbus metro area right around the end of October. And if you want to see the official report yourself, we'll have that on our website. Reporting from Columbus, Mackenzie Bart, 10 TV News.
Love those fall color leaves. Absolutely beautiful. Here's a look at what's coming up new at 6 o'clock. One of the city of Columbus's most recent homicide victims was just 15 years old. We speak to police about this growing trend of youth violence in our city.
You feel like you're in a black hole.
Being an expecting mother during COVID-19 can be a scary experience, so we'll show you how two mothers use their past experience to give one total stranger some much-needed advice. Also, the Newport Music Hall is a staple of Columbus, but it's been quiet during COVID-19. Tonight, we'll tell you how it's celebrating 50 years in a COVID-19 world. But first, Quidditch, anyone? Harry Potter fans, there's a Nimbus 2000 in statue form.
The model year-end clearance sale is on. Drive 2020 Honda Accords built right here in Central Ohio for just $209 a month, or save thousands with 1.9% financing for 60 months. Search your local Honda dealer today.
Transform your home for the holidays with an authentic Naturestone garage floor. No more tripping on cracked, uneven concrete. Stop slipping on puddles and standing water. It's the safer, more beautiful garage floor that's easy to clean and never needs replaced. That's why it's backed by Russell's Promise. For a limited time, get more Naturestone than ever before with up to half your garage floor free. Schedule your free cost estimate easily online today at naturestone.com to qualify for your free flooring. It's not just a floor.
Wow, it's Naturestone.
Our community's been hit hard by the effects of COVID-19. Join United Way of Central Ohio and 10 TV as we rally for recovery this Friday in the 5 and 6 p.m. news to see how you can help. Donations go to the Community Response Fund to support local nonprofits and the people they serve.
In 1997, the Durnell family opened RV Wholesalers with two goals in mind: to provide Ohioans with the lowest possible RV prices so they could create amazing outdoor memories. Check out RV Wholesalers near Indian Lake or visit us at rvwholesalers.com.
September is Safe Driving Awareness Month. It's a great time to reflect on our own driving habits, make long-term changes to help keep ourselves, our family, and our neighbors safe.
Erie Insurance is proud to partner with 10 TV and Maria's Message to help end distracted driving. It's not just phones, it's also daydreaming or anything that takes your eyes off the road and your mind off driving.
It's every driver's responsibility, and it's the law. Keep Maria's Message alive, and let's put an end to distracted driving.
Winter is coming. Will your furnace or heat pump be ready? Is it time to replace and get something more efficient? At Fire and Ice, we can help. Visit our website at indoortemp.com and find out how much a gas furnace or heat pump costs. We have $1,200 of incentives and 0% interest for up to 72 months. Coronavirus concerns? We have you covered with no contact service calls. Go to indoortemp.com or call 614-642-4472 to schedule a free estimate today.
Ohio's seasonal changes ruin your concrete as freeze and thaw cycles cause cracking, pitting, and expensive repairs. Perfect Power Wash's proven concrete wash and seal process flushes contaminants from the pores of your concrete, and a premium seal penetrates deep below the surface to strengthen it from within. Celebrate 20 years of keeping Ohio homes beautiful with Perfect Power Wash's best deal ever and save 20% on all services.
Hundreds of 2020 Honda Odysseys are in stock and on sale for just $299 a month during the model year-end clearance sale, or save thousands with 0.9% financing for 60 months. Search your local Honda dealer today.
You're watching WBNS 10 TV, Central Ohio's news leader.
Okay, here's one for all of the Harry Potter fans out there. A statue of Harry Potter flying a Nimbus 2000 broom over the Hogwarts Quidditch pitch was unveiled today in London. The bronze statue is just a few steps from where the first film had its world film premiere nearly 19 years ago. Gosh, has it been that long? My goodness. The goal is for this to attract more tourists to the area once people feel more comfortable traveling. That'll be a hot spot for sure. Well, there's more news straight ahead. 10 TV News at 6 starts right now.